Holy smokes. Look at this. We got a brand new game here. This is Chasm, a new indie Metroidvania type game that just came out in pre-alpha form. If you'll notice, it's version 0.1. After fighting tooth and nail with my computer to record audio, I'm finally recording audio. So let's play on normal. I'm gonna name myself Fist. Yeah, see? Not everything's working correctly. So yeah, this is, just got this in my email today, so I'm excited to play it. It took me about an hour plus to get everything hooked up. So, by God, I hope it's worth it. There's 2 areas that are complete, they say. We've got 2 buttons right now. We got jump and slash. Plays very similarly to Symphony of the Night, if you're familiar with that. I don't have any money. I would love to talk and get some potions. This is the new inventory management crafting level up system they were talking about, so that's kind of cool. Can't just do it offhand, which is interesting. This game is the Kickstarter's long been over, but they're aiming, I think for a winter release. I'm not 100% sure yet. I think there's supposed to be 6 total areas. Lots of cool stuff to mess around with. Overall, it's gonna be high on exploration and on crafting and exploration. Looks great though. I mean, it's, you know, the perfect kind of game for me. I love these kind of titles. Meet the mine manager. Okay, that's who I'm supposed to talk to. The old guy, the sleeping guy. Probably have to like punch him in the face. Yeah, just punch him! So I'm really looking forward to this actually coming out as a full build. You must have been sent here to help find the mining crew. How did you know? Take an elevator, rickety, take the key. Cool. Love these kind of games. Probably my favorite type of, probably my favorite genre. So, let's fist the doorway and go into the mine. One of the cool things is that, to some degree, they said there is randomly generated content. I don't know if there will be any of that in the demo. But a great idea. You know, some roguelike type elements in a game like this always seems like a cool idea to me. So this alpha build, I'm not sure how much, or pre-alpha, I guess is what they're really calling it. I don't know how much is going to be in here. Ghost Raiders. Some lore. Yeah, I don't know how much is actually going to be in it. They said two levels, which is it's kind of interesting. It's built on a level system, from what I gather, where each area is considered a level. So there's like the mines, and there's, you know, going to be some other areas. I mean, it's all kind of mines, but the backgrounds change, the enemies change, etc. So there's exploration within these smaller chunks, which are considered an area or a level. So there's 2 areas. Pardon me. Oh, that's very nice. Like, this is the kind of details I love to see in this kind of game. Some really nice glow on the walls. It's just a very nice looking area, you know. I could sit here for days. This could be a background for your computer. Beautiful. Nice kind of haunting background a little bit there. Background music, I should say. So let's continue deeper. got your traditional slime. Every dungeon needs good slime. Cut that bastard clean in half. So we've got some weird, like, wormy things up here. This spear guy who is probably gonna be really annoying. Ow. Let's not die to this guy. Okay. Some kind of troll with a knife that I fought earlier. Goes down pretty easily. Some bats. If you notice, there's some pitfalls. Yeah, you take damage from that. So, oh, this isn't very happy. Oh, shit. So this is new. In the very, very early, like, pre even alpha version of the game, they didn't have these kind of areas. It looks like some kind of monster fountain. I guess if you beat these monsters up. Huh. I would have expected some treasure, but that might be something that's implemented in the final game. But then again, this is early, and that was, ow, kind of not really a place where I felt like I absolutely deserved anything. Do I? Gonna die! No, I'm okay. Gonna die! Alright, let's just run for here. Let's not die. I'm not exactly sure how they're dealing with death, if it's permanent. I'm sure in this demo it will be. Great bird. Tunnels. Some more lore. And a hole I can't get through. Okay. So back into the Hellmouth we go. Into the breach, young lad. Into the breach. Now, you can trick those guys into falling into holes. It's actually harder than it... Well, it's not as hard as you would think it would be. But when you've got, like, you know, you're one hit from death, and even a bat can kill you, I don't want to risk it. So, something I have to bust open. Green leaf. A common green plant leaf. Well, that's boring. Oh, God. Yeah, I did die. I did. Oh. Okay. So bonfires act as save points. Dark Souls, where are you? I respect that. Do I keep any inventory items? Okay, that's cool. I have to imagine... I didn't read, like, oh, you lose your money. I see. Okay, that's fair. That's actually a really nice, maybe that's experience. That's a nice way to balance things out, I think. Unless you get, you know, super deep and you eat it, and then you end up with nothing. But, yeah, like, I didn't read any README. I literally just downloaded this. Ow. And then spent, like I said, the past, like, hour and a half trying to get it to actually record on my PC. So, yeah, I don't really know if there is, like, a README document. Or what? Oh, cool. Oh, God. I'm the worst. Okay. So, it looks like you recollect everything when you come back to your spot where you died. I respect that. I think that's a very nice design choice. I was going to say, I imagine hardcore mode is probably like Diablo 3, Diablo 2, all the Diablo titles, wherein death is permanent. So I'm assuming that permadeath is in the game if you want it, and if you don't, you have the option to do away with it by playing normal. You know, I think hardcore will be a lot of fun conceptually, you know, for the experts. Whoa. This is the kind of game that I feel, even though there's randomized elements, once you get good at it, you'd have a lot of replay value. Just, man, I'm just getting walloped by these spikes. Yeah, I mean, I think it provided good challenge and a lot of replay value for the hardened vets. It's just like any other title, you know. The more you play it, the better you get. The better you get, you know, the easier the game becomes, and you know, it's always fun to create your own challenges. But at the same time, I like when the game gives you the option of a challenge without you having to resort to, like, you know, only fists, or, you know, no armor run, which are great, don't get me wrong, but having a hardcore mode just seems like it just makes sense from a design standpoint, I think. Man, I'm just sucking ass. You know, those jumps aren't particularly challenging, but they remind me of some old school platforming where, like, you'll see this, like, can't make it from here, gotta be here. You know, very, very fine mechanics required to get where you need to go, which is nice. A big complaint a lot of people end up having with these kind of games is that they're too forgiving because you can level up. You know, one of my favorite games ever, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, one of the big complaints by, you know, people who've played the game many times is that, you know, it becomes joke easy on multiple playthroughs. Wow, getting walloped again. Because you know everything. There's no... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh. Yeah, there's no... what's the word I'm looking for? There's no mystery, and, you know, it's a kind of game that you can defeat solely by grinding. And it seems like with the way pits work in this game, and, you know, there being traps and other obstacles, I think they're really trying to discourage players from having the upper hand in every scenario, which I think, again, is a good design choice for this kind of game. I feel like it would kind of hurt the overall idea of it being like a trap-filled labyrinth if you were able to just grind your way through, you know, mindlessly. I'm liking these spinning platforms. Not spinning, pendulous. All of these platforming elements are completely new to me. The original demo didn't have any of this, so this is actually really cool stuff. And again, it's probably the kind of thing that a lot of Castlevania fans would really actually like, people who like the original games and didn't like Symphony as much. This is a great middle ground, I think, for new players and players who, again, love that style. You know, there's just so much. It feels rich. Like there's a lot to explore here, and it feels developed. You know, like I was trying to say, the areas feel challenging. You know, it. Holy crap! That could have been my ass right there. With a lot of the other titles. Ooh, treasure. Clay cup, great. What the hell is that even good for? Well, probably saleable, I suppose. But yeah, big complaint, criticism, what have you, that a lot of people had with the Metroidvanias was that the entirety of the challenge was in the enemies, and that challenge could be circumnavigated and circumvented, like I was talking about earlier, by grinding. With this, if you don't level up your platforming skills, it doesn't matter how much, you know, loot you got, you're gonna get boned, as you can see there. So that's a big change of pace for me specifically, coming from a history playing all the Metroidvanias. You know, I'm not as used to having to deal with the platforming elements, but I like it. I think the challenge right now is actually it's I feel like it's pretty nice. Like, I'm the kind of person who I do like a bit of sting in my games. I don't like them. I don't like it when I'm given everything just flat out. Kind of makes things boring. This though, good mix. I feel like each step forward is quite rewarding. Whoa, okay. And it's kind of like you make a mistake and you feel like it's your fault. I don't feel like the level design is screwing me. And it feels rewarding to really make it through these kind of labyrinths, because they're not. Wow, that's tricky. They're not easy. It may look easy, but it's not as easy as it looks. And again, I feel like that challenge is going to continue to be there. Now, what I'm interested to see is once you level up more, and my hope is anyway, that the more you level up, it doesn't, the amount of HP you gain doesn't negate the strength, if you will, of the spikes. Because I think if that happens, then yeah, you will definitely lose a lot of the difficulty. Which, wow, okay, so you can't fall off platforms. You just drop. But yeah, I mean, I think it kind of would hurt the game personally if you took something like that out. Because again, I think that the big portion, of the difficulty, and they mentioned this, in some of the design documents and some of the Kickstarter emails they sent out, that a big part of what they wanted to do was make this feel very much like a trap-filled dungeon. They wanted the traps to be deadly and something that you would have to deal with. It wasn't just a something there, to fill space. Got some herbs and such. Green and red. Wonder if I can combine them Resi Evil style. Oh, hey, what's up, homie? Always missing something. Guess I do have to do everything. So, it looks like a big core component. And again, this was kind of missing with such a short demo last time. Was that there's the risk reward of going deeper, and the wanting or needing or having to go back to town. That is, picking up gear, potions, whatever, and then heading back down. I do hope that there is some kind of bonfire type system a la Dark Souls 2, or maybe like an item you can get later on that instantly transports you back. Because I can see that getting really frustrating if you got really far down and you're like, oh good, now I have to slog all the way back up, to get from the bottom to the top, if you will. Especially if the enemies respawn. That seems more tedious than fun. And again, like I said, I like a stout challenge. But again, that borders on artificial difficulty, where the designer, in lieu of making intelligent choices that force the player to learn something, instead they punish the player for playing the game. And I don't think that's a very healthy or happy way to do things. I'm 90% sure I'm going the wrong way. But now that I'm here, I feel like I have to do this. Oh no, here we go. Alright. And I am inclined These probably won't grow back, I imagine, in the full version. But yes, I'm inclined to believe that there's got to be something further on that lets me negate some of this travel distance. And I'm just going to keep plugging along and see if that comes up. Because I don't really want to run all the way back to town. Just, you know. And I think if there isn't, that might be my singular complaint I can think of right now. Because everything else looks and feels really nice. Even though not a lot, you know, as far as the control scheme, general ideas of the game have changed since that last run through. It does feel a lot more polished. Everything feels a lot nicer, and like I said, that might be my only complaint. That looks not so good. So let's go down there. Yeah, let's do it. So that's some kind of teleport pad. Cool. Do I have a map or anything? No. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Look, no complaints now. It's like they read my mind. Thank you, devs. That is incredibly good news. Incredibly good. I did read somewhere that the bottles are limited, so you can only make so many potions, which I think is fine. Let's see. Oh, I see. So it's just like a standardized currency for experience and items. Good. So it'll be a little bit harder to power level yourself. I respect that. Let's see. I'd like some more gear, but they may have gotten rid of that, because again, in the demo there was a little bit, in the previous demo I should say, the Kickstarter demo, there were some other items you could buy. Hey homie. Okay. Maybe that was the blacksmith down at the bottom of the cavern, and maybe once you clear out that cavern, he'll come back up here. That would make sense. That would make sense for him to come back up and allow you to buy things again. Yeah, I'll do it, I guess. Supposedly, yeah, those are limited, so you won't be able to just max out potions all day, which I think is great. Let's see. Let's go ahead and dump a point in vitality. Cool. Get a little more health. Nice. Yeah, very Dark Souls-y, actually, now that I think about it. I've seen a lot of cool little nods, maybe more than nods. Whatever the case, I think they're great ideas. I mean, obviously, if you're watching the channel, you know that my heart is firmly entwined with the Soul series. I think there's some masterful game mechanics, good story, etc. This is gonna be bad. Oh god. Alright, well, I'm not dead. Now, the question is, which bonfire will I come back to? I think I should come back to the one at the town, right? Because that was the last one I sat at. Again, another Dark Souls type thing. Yeah, no, I think the Dark Souls has a lot of really great elements to it, and that a lot of games could use, especially games like this. I think that borrowing some of those design choices is a really great idea. Yeah, so lots of platforming, actually. Big difference from the last time. Not that the emphasis was on fighting necessarily last time, but I mean, there was, whoa. Nice, nice, nice. That was a very nice way to frame that trap. But yeah, last time, like 99% of the challenge was just kind of dealing with enemies. Now it seems like there's a lot more environmental challenges. Again, this is pre-alpha, so things might change quite a bit. I know, man, that jump's actually a lot harder than it looks. I know this is going to be one of those kind of divisive points where people will either say, you know, there's too much platforming or there's not enough. You know, I think right now it feels a little platform heavy. But again, that is completely coming off of, you know, my past experiences with these. And I know some people hate the term, but the Metroidvania style games. You know, the last 10 I've played have been very much, you know, there are some challenges in level design, but it's mostly really players versus the mobs. And maybe more than that, player versus hidden, you know, hidden items and progression barring doors that are based on skills that you get from bosses, or you find them somewhere else in the castle or wherever you're at. So having progression that actually isn't based on that and is based on kind of skill and awareness, it's a change. It's definitely a change of pace. Like I said, I kind of like it. I think it's refreshing. And it does strangely make something that is such an old concept feel new. Alright, don't fall through that hole. Good. I'm not fighting everything because a lot of times in these games, fighting everything is the worst thing you can do. It's kind of like Dark Souls. Sometimes you gotta know when to run. This guy, however, I'm gonna try to deal with because he keeps making me jittery on that jump. Ow. Ow. Might as well deal with him then too. So yeah, it's feeling pretty good. It's gonna take a while to get used to some of these jumps. Wow, okay. That one is actually like an old Mega Man jump. Like, you gotta get, like, really... Oh, holy smokes, okay. You gotta get really close to the edge to actually make it. Alright, now we're in there. Ooh. Okay. Whew. Man, these platforms are tight. Tight. Damn it. Okay, there we go. Let's pop this bad boy open. What'd I get? Shiv? Is that better? It looks like it doesn't change my stats at all, actually. It doesn't. Well, let's equip it in the right hand so we have a... Oh, okay, so we got a vertical weapon now and a horizontal. That's handy. Ah, yes, reverse platforming. Sometimes easier, sometimes harder. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about platform elements. Yeah, they're not so easy, actually. They look, like, again, they look a lot easier than they actually are. I don't want to say that any of these are pixel perfect. I think they are trying to give the player some leeway. But definitely tough. Definitely not the easiest thing in the world. Alright, so in the interest of not dying, let's see if going back to a campfire gives you full health. I certainly hope so. If it doesn't, that will make things difficult. Let's put another point. No, can't do it. Okay, good, it does heal. Whew. Alright, I was a little worried about that, actually. So yeah, that's nice. Will definitely make hardcore a little bit easier, unless, of course, they turn that function off in hardcore, which I would not doubt. So let's go deeper. Go deeper into the abyss. Some more dosh. Whatever they want to call this, souls, currency, gold, gilder, ducats, cash, greenbacks, even though it's gold. Ooh. I'm not even sure you could actually... I see. Never mind. I was like, man, that's actually kind of devious, making you think you can drop, and you can't. Let's see. Vast Chasm. Ooh, Mass Burial. I don't really like the sound of that, but I kind of... Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Oh, God. Oh, God. Speedy platforming. It's been a while. It's been a while. Super Nintendo skills, don't fail me. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh. Whew. Whoa. Nice. That was really cool and completely unexpected. Good job, devs. Please let there be more of stuff like that and not just that same type of puzzle over and over. If you can continue to make those kind of experiences fresh, you will be the most successful. That was actually a lot of fun. Really exciting. Hey, Skelly. Oh, what? Oh. Hey, thanks, man. Well, that's kind of cool. I hope that is a continued feature. Maybe not always giving you that kind of stat boost, but it'd be pretty nice if you know, you would randomly find dead adventurers and you could just pick up kind of what was on their person. Definitely would make for a more interesting game, I think. Yes. All right. So now we've got to go back to that other room that had that little tiny hole in the floor, so I can do me slide through it. So that's not so good, but maybe I can make it back to that bonfire before I die. I was trying to attack cancel. It looks like that isn't possible. Probably for the best, make things too easy. What I'm talking about is jump, you know, in some games, Symphony of the Night, for example, with certain weapons and skills, you're able to quickly jump, use one hand, and then use the other hand before you fall. That was kind of a quick tactic on some bosses to easily dispatch them. Doesn't look like you can do it here, or at least not yet. What you can do, which is good though, is kind of like short jump slashing. You see there's like quite a bit of recovery here before I start slashing again, as you can see by my animation following me when I jump. But if you do this, you can slash a lot faster than, like, you can hear me mashing. And it's not so much faster, but it definitely is a appreciable difference. And I imagine with certain weapons later on, it'll make a much bigger difference. I like these little transitional areas here. They're kind of nice. Dark, ruinous. Just feels right. And what's kind of cool is you have two different down slashes. One is straight, and one if you hold down and the direction you want to face and slash, you get this angled slash. Kind of gets nullified in usefulness by an overhead, but it's nice that they gave you the option so that you can actually hit shit like that. Bad design, and I've seen it before, unfortunately, is when you're playing a game and there are enemies that you just can't hit with your weapon. You can't crouch and hit them, you can't jump on them and to attack them. You just get jammed up, and that's not good for anybody. Somebody's trying to call me. Too bad, I am immersed. Actually, I'm not gonna fight through that room. I think it might actually be easier if I go this way. Now, that's actually an interesting point, and I want to expand on it. What I'm doing here is using a platforming area to avoid an enemy filled area. I hope that in the final release, there are options like that for people who are better at platforming, or you know, if you're low on life, whatever the case may be. It would be really cool if there were optional like side branches to where you could actually choose one option or the other. You know, there'd be a quicker route that was, you know, full of enemies, or a much more labyrinthine route that took you through a lot of like traps and danger, but it wasn't as immediately, you know, dangerous on the, you know, enemy side. It just required a little bit more finesse. So if you're more of a brawler type player, or if you're somebody who's, you know, likes the, you know, kind of the running, jumping, old school platforming stuff, you'd have an easier option too. Again, I think that'd be kinda cool. Alright, I think I'm almost here. Yeah, there we go. Well, this is as good a time as any to stop. Let me put a point here in vitality. Woo, level up. And yeah, I'll get back to playing this, and I will see you in another part, and hopefully you can watch some more Chasm. If this is interesting to you, go look up their info online. I'll post a link in the description. I think you can still pre-order. If nothing else, you can. I think they've been uploaded enough on Greenlight, so it'll be coming off to Steam later. I'll try to get some more of that info underneath the video, and I'll see you guys for the next part. Bye.